What does it take to be a police dog handler in Northamptonshire Police? To be in charge of a land shark that can run nearly as fast as a car and take down the bad guys? Well, I've come down here to speak with my friend Ash Price from Northamptonshire Police Dog Unit. How are you doing, Ash?
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you.
Right, we've just seen some fantastic footage of your dog taking down your colleague.
Yep.
Right, tell us about the dogs. Tell us, first of all, what it takes to be a dog handler and how long is your training, first of all. Your training as an officer before we go into the dog training.
So I did, coming up on about 7 years as a PC before I joined the dogs. So that was kind of just bread and butter police and response work mainly, a little bit of proactive neighbourhoodsy stuff, but mainly response. And then I applied for the dogs. They call it dead man shoes because it's very rare for spots to come up. I was lucky enough to get through the application process.
Right.
And then I joined, got assigned my German Shepherd, EBBY, and her initial course was 13 weeks long.
Right.
Just solid dog training, which essentially we do together. So she comes in as a dog that doesn't really have any training, but has kind of the right minerals to be a police dog. I come in as a brand new handler that's got no experience, and you do the course together.
So a few questions that people want to know.
Yeah.
They're called land sharks.
Yeah.
We call them land sharks for a reason. Can you explain to the people out there why they're called land sharks?
Land sharks and fur missiles.
Yep.
That's probably my favourite.
Fur missile, I like that.
Yeah. It's essentially due to what they do. So land sharks, their bread and butter is finding people. But the thing that a lot of people see, that most people know are German Shepherds and are bigger dogs for doing, is that if someone's running away and they are not stopping, they'll bite them. They're trained to chase and detain, we call it. So bite the arm, bite somewhere, drag them to the floor, hold them until the handlers get up there. Essentially to prevent a fleeing subject or a subject that poses a risk to somebody. The dogs are trained in weapon attacks, so if you've got somebody with a knife, machete, stick, pole, baseball bat, anything like that, they'll deal with that for you.
Right.
They're that kind of element of conflict resolution, that additional option of a use of force where you might not be able to use taser, parva, baton, whatever it might be. You've got that use of force there. It's your German Shepherd.
People might not like how I'm going to ask this question, but I've got to ask it. How dangerous are police dogs when you were at, say, violent incidents, public order? How dangerous are they? As in, like, don't go near, stay back. As in, can you tell me how dangerous they are?
So if the dogs are working, we train an element of safety into our dogs. Like, of course we do. They have to be safe to work, but they're working dogs. They're trained to protect me, to protect themselves, and to detain offenders. So there is nothing my dog likes more than biting somebody. That is her highest possible reward. And if there is a reason for her to bite, violence, aggression, someone fleeing, all activating that either defence or prey drive, she will bite, and they'll do a significant injury. Does
there have to be certain criteria to get your dog out? And especially get your dog out, not only for search, but let's go down public order first. Does there be certain criteria for you to get a dog out and say, get back, officer with a dog? So
if it was for, say, a public order event, that would have to go through your TAC ads, and all the decision making would be, we're going to deploy police dogs at this incident. If it was just more of maybe like a nighttime economy, violent disorder kind of thing, there isn't a specific criteria for deploying police dogs. It's all about officer discretion, essentially. I can get my dog out when I feel like the situation deems the need for me to get my dog out.
The reason I've asked that is because there's so many videos at the moment circulating on social media where police officers have got a dog out, and they've got a dog out for a reason. The intelligence is there, the threat's there, the violence is up there, and you've still got people from a public orders perspective going up to the dog and trying to taunt the dog, trying to get in front of the dog, trying to act like the dog's just going to be a passive dog and not get involved. These dogs are there for a reason. And these dogs are there to protect, obviously, yourselves and other officers that are about, and dispel all like crime or public order situations. So what advice would you have if you see a police officer at a scene and he's holding a dog?
Just stay away from it. Stay away from it. Don't. We see the weird and the wonderful, don't we? So I've had random members of the public come up when I'm dealing with an incident saying, "Oh, can I meet your dog? Can I pet your dog?" That they're working. I wouldn't come up to you and say, I'll burn you shooting a video, but can I just give you a stroke on your head or something like that?
You can pet me if you want.
Sure. But yeah, they're working animals. It's what they've been trained for. And essentially, as much as my dog's very experienced now, she knows a lot of police officers, all that sort of thing, but she will still see you approaching when she is out. She knows she's at work. She knows she's here with me. She understands the situation. She'll still see that as a threat.
Yeah.
So if you approach, she doesn't know your reason for approaching. She can't understand what you're saying. She'll just bite you.
Right, give us a few facts then about the police dog. How fast can it run? And I don't need exact miles an hour, but how fast can it run?
Much quicker than a person.
Right, so a lot faster than a person. So they've got to be up there at 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'd say between 15 and 20. I don't know the exact number, to be fair.
Right, okay. How high can they jump?
High. So I'm lucky. My German Shepherd's quite little, but she'll clear a 6-foot fence on her own. Everything else, I can one arm her over.
And each dog's got its different capabilities.
Yeah.
So this is your dog van.
Yep.
And currently at the moment you've got 2 dogs in the back of your vehicle.
Yep.
So let's go for dog number 1, Land Shark. What's its capabilities? What do you use it for?
So her name's EBBY. She's almost 8. Her main work is tracking. So anybody that runs away, whether that is suspect, missing person, anybody like that, tracking, following human scent and finding a person on the end of it. And then she will search buildings. She'll search large open areas all on her own. I can unclip her and just tell her to go find me somebody, send her in. It's great for buildings when you think there might be an offender within a building that poses a threat to police.
Yeah.
Well, if they're hiding in there, they've been given the opportunity to come out and they're not doing it. Let's send the dog into search, because they search on scent rather than sight.
Yeah.
They are going to know a person is there long before you or I would ever be aware of them. So building searches, open area searches. She'll search for property. So anything that has a trace of human scent on it, she can locate. Great for evidential stuff. You think someone's thrown car keys, knives, anything like that, she'll go out and find them. Like we already mentioned, public order.
So we're using the term of, if you're in a car, you get out of the car and decamp your run, dog's going to find you.
Yep.
If you're in a car, you get out and run and you throw something to the side, such as drugs, weapons, dog's going to find it.
Yep.
And then not only that, if you then want to kick off with the dog at the end of it, the dog's going to say, please don't kick off from me because I will take you down and I will bite you.
Yeah.
So your second dog is what?
Second dog is a Cocker Spaniel called Frankie. She's almost 5. She's a specialist search dog. So she's trained to look for large variety of Class A drugs, Class B drugs, cannabis, and then on top of that, cash. So she'll search for sterling, euros and dollars, and then firearms. So she'll search for live firearms, component parts of firearms, so if they've been disassembled, the component elements of it, and then spent cartridges as well. So if we get a shooting, she can assist in that evidence recovery of spent cartridges.
Right. Do you take these dogs home with you? Are they home dogs?
Yeah, they both live with me.
Right, so you can have these at home with your family as well, because those dogs will know, in theory, when it's at home and they're with the master to when they're at work.
Yeah.
So they've got a clocking on, clocking off time.
Yeah, kind of. That kind of comes with the experience of a dog and the dog's temperament, but they're both kennelled in my garden because you kind of keep that partition between working dog and pet, because I need them to stay switched on and not think the world's all cuddly and friendly, because it's not. But my dogs have learned, they see me putting the uniform on, getting in the car, getting them in the car. With EBBY, she wears a harness all the time at work, so that's like a uniform for her. That switches her on then, right, we're coming into work. I've got to be psychotic, scary. I've got to go find people, protect myself, protect dad. And then on the other side of that, at home, days off, sees me in normal clothes, chilling out, sunbathing in the garden, playing with the family. Yeah.
Right, how much walking does your big dog need per day? Or well, I suppose both of them. But how much exercise do they need per day?
I'm quite lucky. I exercise mine together.
Right.
They get on, they're fine. They'll get a good sort of hour run first thing when I get up in the morning. I'll let them out again in the middle of the day, and then at least another hour in the afternoon, as like just leaving the house exercise time, you know, mixed in with being in the garden and things like that. And
what happens when a police dog retires then? So they're coming to the end of their life, and when I say life, I don't mean they're going to die. They're coming to the end of their working life, and tomorrow's retirement day. What happens with the dogs there? Do you keep the dogs? Do you bring them home and start them as a family dog, even though they've had all this history of being a land shark warrior? Do they get rehoused with somebody else? Does another dog unit take them? How does it work?
So it's kind of very much up to us as the handler. I'm coming up to this stage with my dog EBBY. She retires in a few months' time, and I'm keeping her. So there's almost an order that it goes in. First dibs as such is the handler. Do you want to keep your dog? Can you keep your dog? It depends on everyone's, you know, life circumstances and the dog's temperament and everything like that. I'm keeping EBBY. But then after that, we've got a rehoming list. So then we start, you know, approaching people that have shown interest in rehoming a police dog, making sure they've got, you know, adequate land, that they're aware of the kind of different responsibilities that it will take to have a police dog compared to a normal pet dog.
They're not just going to go into a local area and a lad called Calvin have it and you see it walking around local estate. It's got to go somewhere where it's going to be thriving. It's got to go where it's going to, for its mental health, its physical health. So big farmland and things like that. So they know how to look after the dog. It's going to be someone that's trusted and a valued member of society as well. So they know how to look after the dogs and that sort of thing. So give us one of the best jobs. And you don't have to talk about it mauling, but give us one of the best jobs where it's either used for search or it's used to take down an offender. One of the things where you think, I'm glad I've had that dog with me.
I'm lucky because I'm coming to the end of EBBY's career now, and she has been just tenacious. She has had me endless prisoners. We had a fatal, so unregistered vehicle driving wrong side of the road, crashes head on, kills innocent member of the public travelling home immediately.
Wow.
One left seriously injured in the car, driver, front seat passenger, decamp, disappear off into the ether. No helicopter, no one to look for him, vanished off. Hour and a half later, she's tracked him down, find him hiding in undergrowth. Both of them, they've gone through a river, they've gone through woodlands, they're trying to get to the edge of the M1 so they could hopefully get picked up somewhere. And, you know, they were both, well, the driver especially was brought to justice for that element of essentially taking someone's life. But then you look back on it and you're like, well, we didn't know who they were, short of any forensic opportunities that might come, which, you know, you might have your then difficulties in connecting that. My dog has found them at the scene, like, albeit a little bit of time later, but they've found them hidden, shredding up their passports, trying to get rid of the details of their identity, and
and all because the dog's decided he wants to do it, wants to track, and he wants to go look for the bad people. That's brilliant. One last thing then, how far can the track, how far will you go? So you leave your car, incident's happened here now, and she still gets a scent. How far will you go? Is it a 3 mile job? If she's still got a scent after 5 miles, are you still going after 5 miles?
If my dog still has a scent and I'm confident she's tracking, I'm still following her.
Right. So it doesn't matter how far the people run, or it doesn't matter how far it is away from the scene, your dog will still track and it still get there.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that alter it for us, like weather conditions, heat can be a bit of a big thing. They just make it a little bit more challenging. But their ability to scent discriminate and follow scent, especially when they become experienced, is amazing.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of video now of obviously the dog latching on to your colleague. Tell us about how it works. Then you get out at a scene. You've got to give a warning. What happens then?
So, say I might be out tracking after a burglar or something like that. Find somebody, I'll shout at them. Police officer with a dog, stop where you are. That'll be their warning.
You only get one warning?
Well, I tend to carry on shouting.
I mean, what? What? Pant, what?
Yeah. So you'll get that clear police officer with a dog, stop where you are. And it's on them then, isn't it? It's their decision making. That they can hear her, they can hear me, they can see us. It's, you know, if they choose to turn and run, then I'll let her go.
And again, it's about risk assessment. You could be down a back alleyway in the middle of the woods at 3 o'clock in the morning. You don't know what the offender's got. You don't know what the offender's done. They could be armed. And I'm not being funny, there could be their mission in life at that moment in time is to hurt you. And you've given that warning, you've risk assessed everything. So at that moment in time, that person, and I'm going to say criminal, that criminal takes on the responsibility of, I'm either going to stand still or I'm going to go. And if you go, unfortunately, the dog's trained to do what it does. One thing I'm going to ask you now is, member of the public, obviously, hello, member of the public, walking through the park, burglar, stabs someone, and he's out giving it legs. You're behind him, let dog off lead. The dog comes, but I'm sort of like in a bit of a grey area. You've risk assessed it, but it's all gone a little bit.
Yeah.
The dog runs towards me. What advice do you offer a person that ends up between you, I'm not saying it ever happened, but you and the suspect?
Yeah. And it can happen.
Yeah.
Like you say, people can just magic out of anywhere.
Yeah.
Just stand still.
Yeah.
So a big part of what we do and what we constantly have to redo we have to license every single year to prove loads of different elements with the dogs. We do training every 8 weeks in which we have to be safety and efficiency checked to make sure that we're all above board of how our dogs work. And a big part of that is safety. So the dogs are taught to, we call it a standout.
Yep.
So you're Mr. Burglar, you'll run in, I've shouted police officer with a dog, no, you're still going, fine, hold him, send the dog. If you then have your come to Jesus moment of this probably isn't going to work out very well for me, and you turn around and you go, yeah, fair play, and hold your hands up and stop running, the dogs then see you as static, you're no longer a threat.
Yep.
She'll stop by you and she'll bark at you.
Yeah.
And she'll just keep you detained there by barking until I get there. So that's then your safety for your members of the public as well. If, say, police dog's running at you, but you're stood still, you're not posing a threat, the dog's just going to stay there and bark. Or we've got what we call an emergency recall. Like your situation, if I saw, all right, my dog's beelining now towards a member of the public, I'll just call her back.
Yeah.
And she'll come back to me, get her secure. Right, go on then, let's go find the burglar.
So one of the things, like I said, out there, member of the public's there, not to get bit by a police dog. If the dog's out actively working, it's searching for someone, stand still.
Yeah.
The dogs are trained to come towards you, and you're fighting your natural human instincts here. You're having a land shark, 5, 6, 7 stone, holding at 20 miles an hour with big fangs coming at you.
Yeah.
Stand still, do not move, put your hands up.
Yeah,
the dog is designed to come to you, stop, and it will bark, and it will keep you from going anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's the idea. It keeps you stood there until you get there, hold on, and then another officer comes in, applies the cuffs as well.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy what you do?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Would you ever change it?
No, I can't until it breaks me and I can't physically do it anymore.
Right.
I don't intend to do anything else.
Right. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for everything.
No, you're more than welcome.
It's an absolute pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure to meet
If you want to see more, you want to know any more questions about dog units, put them in the comments below, and we'll see you next time for some more videos like this.